Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where last episode we took over Colbath here in the Arcturus system, and this is automatically set up as a factory world. I feel like that's okay, but what we need more than anything here is pop growth. So we're going to get a gene clinic built there. It's not going to get going right away, but our Arcturus station is not connected to our trade network. Let's go ahead and get that fixed. There we go. That might create some piracy through here. For the moment, that's okay. I'm not too concerned about that. We're going to need a trade station over here eventually. Actually, Galurum might be a really good spot for that. Let's think about that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to Baldirk. We don't quite make it to Lawang. Fascinating. Galurum is actually a really good spot for this. So we're going to go ahead and immediately upgrade this starport. Beautiful. That also means that J is going to be the only location with appreciable piracy, I think. Alpha Centauri doesn't have a station, so maybe that's not quite the case. But we'll see. So that, of course, means that we won our first war against the Groknaploran fire tribes, and we're going to take the 1st and 2nd fleet out over to Iostars. We need to start clearing out some of this. What was that anomaly? Despite the toxic content and high pressure of this planet's atmosphere, strong life signs have been detected coming from its surface. Well, we'll definitely look into that, and the BOS Danube isn't doing anything right now. We'll build our mining stations in Echochromia, which will put us positive in energy credits. We're concerned about food, though. Hazardous weather here as well. Okay. Just checking in on the number of potential agriculture districts. Unfortunately, we don't have much for a solid agriculture world right now. So we'll have to do something about that. We do have some decent prospects for getting our industry online, though. So that's very, very good. We're going to be happy with that. And we are, of course, currently producing 2 colony ships. Now, the 2nd fleet is going to require reinforcements, but it's actually already done, so that's good. The life signs observed within the toxic atmosphere of Sezutov 2. Sezutov? Yeah, we'll go with Sezutov. Sezutov 2 are giant semi-organic machines. This alien industry seems to have been the cause of the noxious atmosphere on the planet, yet it's still operational. No other life signs remain on the world, and the creators of these machines must have left them running. We can't quite ascertain their purpose yet, but their construction could surely help our understanding of engineering. So we could get +3 alloys or +4 engineering research. And this is in Sezutov? Down over here. I think the alloys are more valuable. So we're going to take that. Fantastic. 4 engineering research is nice, don't get me wrong, but ultimately that's going to be a drop in the bucket, whereas 3 alloys, I mean, that's still going to be a drop in the bucket, but I think that's better for us to take the alloys. We're going to be more alloy constrained than we are engineering research constrained. Now, we don't have any sort of science world right now. This might be a good science world candidate. Yeah, I think so.
System survey complete.
Cool. So we're done surveying down over here. We also have this mega structure in this in the Hamtaris sector here. A ruined orbital ring. There's not a lot that we can do with that right now. But eventually.
Construction complete.
The BOS Danube is absolutely going to head down to Sezutov. This is far more valuable to us than Menok, although both are ultimately going to be valuable. So that's good. Galurum Station has now finished up, and we're going to immediately put in a pair of trade hubs here, and we're also, actually we don't have the tech for this yet. We're not going to build a building here yet, but we'll get those trade hubs in, and we'll start to work on harvesting some of this trade over here. Food is a concern right now. There's no doubt about it. I'm much less concerned about consumer goods, but food is absolutely a concern. Now, we don't really want to attack this yet, I don't think. I think we want to head over this direction and clear out these mining core here and here. So that'll be the mission for now, and then we'll head over into Hamtaris. Actually, I changed my mind. We're going to go to Kadraka because of this alloy here. Beautiful. So the BOS Danube is, of course, just chilling in Sezutov. And now we can go ahead and grab that, and we definitely will. Beautiful. So that's going to be +4 alloys per month. That's not an insubstantial amount at this juncture. We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Andrusa system. For now, we've codenamed them the Lambda aliens, or Lamade aliens, I guess, until we can find out more about them. These are the mining core. Well, we'll just go ahead and look into them. Situation log. Yes. Show first contact. And we'll assign Saburo Kamura to that. Cool. We shouldn't have any real problems clearing these out.
Anomaly found.
The debris field, which 9192872 is part of, roils and swirls under the influence of unknown forces. Well, we'll look into it.
Battle is joined.
So no problem whatsoever here. We'll wipe these guys out. Oh, right. Space battle debris. Let's get another science ship out before we lose our battle debris over here. We're going to need it. Cool.
System survey complete.
We've discovered, or rather received, a communique from a previously unknown spacefaring empire that call themselves the Istrum Slayers. They claim to have learned of our existence by listening in with the communications of another empire we're in contact with. Quake in fear, alien scum, for your doom approaches. Oh boy. You'll find yourself no match for us. Cool. Where are they at? They're up over here? Noted. Okay, so we're going to head over here. And where's that additional science ship at? It's not out quite yet. It will be very soon. We have Sezutov under control, so we'll go ahead and grab all of that. Beautiful.
Battle is joined.
And of course, we will wipe these guys on out. We are not going to be a match for the automated dreadnought, so we're not going to go for that just yet. We're going to head down to Istora. Our science ship here is now done, and we will recruit a new scientist for that. None of these are relevant, so we'll just grab someone at random. And we're going to head down to Arcturus and research those projects. Then we're going to head up to Andrusa and research that. Then we're going to have to head down to Istora. And we're going to start working on our mineral extraction operation, but it'll take a little while before that's really ready to go. So we'll grab our resources in Kodraka. Cool. Research station output plus 10% is very good. Barrier point defense would be nice, but we're not going to get that just yet, I don't think. Survey speed, we'll go ahead and grab. Cool. Just get that one out of the way. That seems fine. Nothing going on our planets just yet, but we'll get there. That's for sure. We didn't take any losses, so that's great. And eventually we're going to need to come back and get this volatile moat. But for the time being, I'm not too concerned about that. So yeah, this debris over here has traces of ion thrusters, which is nice. And we should definitely run our drone study. Cool. And we're going to hit our mineral extraction operation here of the mining core. I wonder if, like, these guys popped in right as we were doing this or something. I don't know, but we have a tradition available. We can either get damage versus starbases or ship build speed and build cost reductions. And that's what we'll take for now. Cool.
The conquest of a new world has begun.
Excellent. So we have landed on Advatir, and we'll continue to colonize that. As the BOS Ibn Battuta passed through the asteroid belt on its way to 912872, Science Officer Sofia Rosario reported that the ship experienced a number of sudden gravitational shifts. Ever curious, Sofia Rosario dispatched a number of probes to scan the debris field to discern the cause. It turns out that the culprit is a number of gravity generators of old alien make. Sputtering on dying energy sources, and with their polarities inverted, they occasionally spew reverse gravity into the void, though not with enough force to cause any serious harm. Not anymore. Science Officer Sofia Rosario theorizes that the generators once provided artificial gravity for a large asteroid in the belt, but some malfunction eventually tore the rock apart. A disturbing thought. Well, we got a bunch of physics and engineering research out of that. Cool. I like it. So the Galurum station requires a building, but we don't have the tech for the building that we want to build here, so we're not going to build one. We're now engaging in Istora. No problem whatsoever there. Now we should go back to Galurum to repair. And we should do that with both of these.
Debris analyzed.
There we go. Cool. So we got ourselves some debris analyzed in Arcturus. Perfect.
The conquest of a new world has
We're then
begun.
going to head down to Astora once we're done in
System
Andrews.
survey complete.
So that will be fine. And our armies are still chilling on Kolbath, of course. We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Hlilji system. For now, we've codenamed them Sigma aliens until we can find out more about them. Okay, so this is a... like... are these guys the Shroud guys? I think that might be the Shroud. Regardless, it's not too relevant, but we should still get ourselves first contact here. So we can send Krishna here, or Haley. Either of these would be fine. What happened to our other operation? Our other first contact? I guess it didn't happen. Maybe because we blew them up. Okay, whatever. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Okay, so we've got none of our civilian ships idling right now. How are we doing on our jobs front? That is looking completely good.
Survey complete.
I'm getting increasingly
Special
concerned
project
about our food.
complete.
The drones are remarkably efficient at squeezing ever-diminishing returns from rocks Armenian miners would have soon discarded, deemed exhausted of all worthwhile mineral content. Our top engineers are working on adapting the drone's methodology for use in Armenia's mining networks and stations, which should improve efficiency, effectively lessening energy expenditure. Of lesser import is the fact that the drones are not completely silent, contrary to previous assumptions. They emit signal pings, though extremely infrequently, and at a wavelength hard to isolate from background noise. If there's anyone left to receive these pings, may be a mystery for another time. So we can either get plus 33% damage to ancient mining drones, or permanent 10% mining station minerals output. This is better in the short term. This is far, far better in the long term. So we'll take that. Beautiful. Okay, so that is all great, and we are proceeding on forward apace. We do have a physics research that we need to grab, and research station output sounds good. We will happily take that. So all of our research is currently going towards making all of our research better. That's worthwhile, completely and totally. We're going to be in position over here to attack the, well, these guys pretty soon. A fierce plume of flame sears the heavens of Earth as a comet skirts the upper stratosphere. The sheer power evident in its cosmic trajectory has made a profound impression on the capital's populace. They liken the intractability of its path to the inevitability of Armenia's ascension to galactic supremacy, to victory. Indeed. It is indeed inevitable.
System survey complete.
Okay, so we've surveyed down over here. We're definitely going to start running out of places to grab, eventually. Eventually. But we're not there yet. These guys are still heading back for repairs. They don't really need all that much for repairs, but I still think it's worthwhile to do. We're not in a rush to grab this system just yet. The first fleet is freaking out at Galurum right now. There we go. They're done being repaired, and we're going to send them out to Iostars. The second fleet is going to finish its repairs very quickly as well. We've picked up readings of unknown nature. The signals seem to follow some kind of repeating syntax, which could indicate sapient origin. It should be investigated further. They seem to be concentrated around a single space station, although it's unclear whether this forms part of a larger spacefaring civilization. Cool, we'll look into that.
Scientific
It doesn't, for the record.
breakthrough
It
achieved.
absolutely does not. Society research from researchers is done. Farming subsidies and food processing facilities sounds good considering we're running a food deficit right now. And we're going to head on over to Iostars with our second fleet as well. So do we have enough to actually fight this? No? No, we do
Debris
not.
Analyzed.
But we can get some damage done. We did lose our society researcher. So we should go for, I guess, this is the only one that really helps society. So we'll go for Minato here.
Construction complete.
Cool. And our colonies are continuing to develop. There are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock, and we'll definitely look into that. Cool. That is all looking great. So I expect us to lose our first engagement or two over here, but our primary goal is to just deal damage and whittle them down a little bit. We can replace our forces, and they can't.
System survey complete.
So that'll be fine. The BOS Atlantic is chilling out over here right now. All of these are safe, so I definitely want to grab Fuu here. And the Danube can head up to Menok. But actually, we know that this is all safe if we grab this. So there we go. We'll certainly do that. But before we do that, let's build our research station in Egelrarvis. Our attempts to decode the language used in the signals from the Sigma aliens have hit a setback. It seems that a key assumption our linguists had been relying on in their translations has been conclusively disproven. While this means much of our progress will have to be revised, at least our future efforts will hopefully be built upon a more reliable basis. Unfortunate. Okay. Debris from what must have been a massive orbital installation has been discovered above Andrusa 4. That's 6, not 4. Artifacts recovered amongst the debris have confirmed that this space station served as the headquarters of the Arassian Concordate's Authority of Disease Control, some 1.2 million years ago. The Arassians were far more susceptible to alien diseases than most known species, and the budget of their public health institute nearly rivaled that of their military. Despite this, surviving records show that their entire species perished from the Javorian pox. Interesting. So we now have a special project for the Arassian station. Where is this? Out over here. Go ahead and research that. Cool. Alpha Centauri now requires a building. And to be honest, it needs to be an agriculture district. We need to chip into this deficit. This will not fix the deficit. This will only work on it. We're going to need more than just this one agriculture district. But for now, it'll be fine.
We have established a new planetary base.
Cool. So our planetary base on Advatir is now done. And we should absolutely begin work on our initial structures here. Gene clinics and a city district. There we go. As we begin to pick up more and more visual images of the aliens known as the Sigma aliens, it was inevitable that these would eventually be leaked to the wider public. Their appearance has proven delightful to the Armenian public, who are now impatient to make closer acquaintance with these aliens. Yeah, this is definitely the Shroud dudes. And so we shall. We'll keep working on that. Fantastic.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, that's engineering research from researchers. Mining station output would be pretty good. So we'll go ahead and do that. Continuing to work on our economy and our research as a priority. But we're going to launch an attack here. I fully expect that we lose this attack. Oh, we need to unforbid this. And ticket a day? There we go. I fully expect that we lose this attack. But we need to start chipping away at this. We've got a decent amount of alloys banked up, and we're going to use that to replenish our fleets after we lose this, inevitably. Yeah, these guys come over as well. So we almost certainly do lose this, but they take hits as well. We've discovered the remnants of several research logs from the debris field above Andrusa 6. Their final entries are all focused on finding a cure for the Javorian pox that was sweeping across the Arassian Concordate, and they grow increasingly desperate as the situation worsened. The last entry reveals that the pox had spread in an uncontrolled fashion on the space station itself. An attachment details all of their failed attempts to produce a cure in the vain hope that the data would be useful to future generations of Arassian scientists. An interesting find. Okay, so we're expecting, fully, that we lose this engagement.
System survey complete.
But we're also trying to do some damage to them. Can we retreat now? Actually, we can, and we should. There we go. So, 5 ships were damaged there, and we can see that we did take a few losses. Oh, this fleet didn't retreat either, or didn't retreat as well. Get out of there. There we go.
Anomaly found.
A small and otherwise insignificant moon orbiting this gas giant appears to be on a trajectory that will soon result in a collision with this primary. We'll look into that, but you can see here, we definitely dealt them a blow.
We have established a new planetary base.
And that's good. We also finished up our colony on Elthier, and we'll grab that and build the same gene clinics and city district to get that jump started with its growth. Cool. When will our ships be back?
They are assaulting our spaceport.
In a bit. Space piracy has blown up in Barnard Star. Okay. We'll deploy the fleet when we can, but the fleet will be back in a while. Okay.
Debris analyzed.
So we're going to have to do something about this, of course. One of the many moons circling Andrusa 4 has a terminal orbit. It will soon collide with the gas giant in what is sure to become a massive impact event. This event has been millions of years in the making, and it's a startling coincidence that the impact has been fated to occur just after a visit by one of our ships. Many of our scientists wish to observe and record the event, but we only have a narrow window before it's too late. Okay, where's that at? Up over here in Andrusa. Okay, go ahead and research that. Beautiful. Wait, which one are you doing first? The moon impact. Perfect. So that'll be fine. Our fleet will come back eventually. Next month, actually, for one of them. The other one will be much later. The first fleet will be later. But the second fleet will return back in Elthier. We're going to need to start heading over to Galurum. That's going to take a long time to get there. Indeed. We can immediately begin to reinforce this fleet. So Barnard Star is going to be a problem for a little while,
one of our research stations.
but it's fine. A signal beacon orbits 2195411, beckoning travelers nearer. On the asteroid, a giant metal monolith looms, its purpose unknown. Well, we'll definitely try to find out what that purpose is. Okay, so the first fleet will be back in the eventual times. The Idolic Prophets of the Shroud.
An alien
Cool.
empire wishes to communicate.
What is to be our fate?
Ha!
What do they want? 50 influence? Sure. We'll pay. They'll retire for a few days and commune with the Shroud. So, that's ongoing.
Special project
It is the
complete.
will of the Shroud that the space around you take on new forms. Tread carefully but boldly and consider what marvels may lie on the paths ahead. An outcome will be reached in 50 months. Okay. We were successful in our attempt to record the collision between Andrusa 4 and its moon. The event was captured from several different angles and transmitted live throughout our space. Most importantly, our scientists under the leadership of L. Sloan were able to record a large amount of valuable physics data that will surely benefit our research. Cool.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
So Sirius Prime needs a job, and the job that it's going to get is obviously going to be a mining district. We're working towards that. We just got zero-G refineries finished up. We can grab gas extraction wells. I like it. Cool. The monolith we found on 2195411 orbits the science, or rather dwarfs the science ship we sent to investigate it. A majestic, smooth slab of metal, the once garish pigment patterns on the front have been reduced to mere flecks. A small power outlet on the machine's side promises that secrets will be unveiled, in exchange for a modest sum of energy credits. I don't remember this event. 200 energy credits is not very much. Give it a go. The machine stirs, ancient mechanisms clanking behind the smooth facade. After much whirring, buzzing, and a dramatic pause, a metallic panel slides back, and a ship-sized cylinder rolls out of the machine. The cylinder contains a liquid, most foul, a once delicious nutrient long spoiled by time. By studying the substance, our scientists hope to learn about the biology of the aliens who once delighted in it. Assuming we can do something about the smell first. Okay, so 25% progress towards secrets of life. That's pretty good. I like it. So the second fleet is going to be arriving in the GIS station fairly soon. That'll be okay. And the first fleet will be popping back next month. We're not sure where it'll come back, but probably near Galurum.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Observing the massive asteroid T1T9IJ087, we found something. Further investigation is warranted. We'll look into it. Cool. Okay, it came back at Sol.
Achieved.
So we're actually going to return to Sol with the second fleet as well then. Food processing has been finished. We can actually grab terraforming, and I would not mind having access to that right now. So that would be good. And from here, these are all kind of mediocre. I guess we can grab barrier point defense to upgrade our corvettes. Sounds good to me. So the fleets have been rebalanced. We may need to have more ship types than the 4 that we've done previously. For the time being, I'm going to run our old ship technique. We'll see if that works and what changes need to be made once we get that all put together. Deep within a crevice of the giant asteroid T1T9IJ087, we found something astonishing. There's mining gear attached to the rock, digging itself into the vast depth of the asteroid. It stands abandoned, with no sign of who placed it there. If we can stop the machine, we might be able to learn something about the technology used to build it, but we must hurry before random debris crushes it. Well, we'll try and stop the machine. That requires a construction ship? Yes, a construction ship. In Andrusa. Okay. We are at this point going to pump out another construction ship for that. So let's get that going. There we go. And it is about time to put a cut in here, but I'm going to wait until that construction ship is done. It shouldn't take very long. And we're going to head out to Barnard Star here, because I want to make sure that that construction ship is heading over. Sensors have detected the emergence of a previously uncharted anomaly. Given the incredible spike in psionic energy registered just before the event, there's almost certainly a connection to the Shroud. Could this be the change foretold by the idyllic prophets of the Shroud? Maybe. There's an anomaly in Baldirk. Okay, so that's over here, and this science ship is definitely going to go research that. Geological surveys on Advertier Prime have revealed that the planet is richer in minerals than we thought. That's out over here. After calibrating our sensors to penetrate deeper into the ground, we've discovered several promising mining sites. Should we direct additional resources to probing efforts, we might yet uncover deeper veins of useful ore. Do it. Okay, so our construction ship is now done, and we're going to head over here and deal with the drill rampage. Fantastic. And this requires a construction ship, apparently. Cool. Well, with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see what's going on in Andrusa and clear out these pirates and continue to develop our space and possibly think about going to war eventually. But I think that now is not the time for that. We definitely want to grab Andrusa, though. That's for sure. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Cadre, Unisol, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.